A little over 5 months ago, I ordered a pedal board from Alder Ash in the UK. Rich makes fantastic handmade pedal boards with exclusive woods. You can choose the toe legs, looks absolutely fantastic. It came in a month ago, but then I went on a holiday and time passed and I needed some more pedals. So the build was postponed. So I've been rocking this fantastic little mini board, extremely powerful mini board for the past 5 months. And it has been a real joy. Having this few pedals on your board really sparks creativity. You can focus on your playing and not switching the pedals, which is a lot of fun. But a big pedal board is also a lot of fun, so I also need a big pedal board. Before I ordered that Alder Ash pedalboard, I had this, and this is a case from the 1930s. There are still stickers on the side here from steamships and stuff. And this thing is almost 100 years old, and I actually built a pedal board. It'll open. Actually built a pedal board inside of this case. So I made hinges so the lid can be removed, and it was with 2 tiers, 2 quartermasters here in the front. Could run a wah here, but the thing was so insanely heavy that I just couldn't do it anymore. So quite impulsively, I ripped off all the pedals that were on here, ordered the pedal board from Alder Ash, and made the mini board to use in the meantime. Yeah, so it's time to retire this one. It's been fantastic, but it's too old. It looks super cool, but the construction of the case, it's just falling apart. And that's just not very practical. All right, time for the pedal board reveal. Here goes. Look at it. It is fantastic. Sonic blue with brown tweed in the middle. And the craftsmanship on these boards is absolutely stunning. Rich is a true artisan. You can unhook the lid with these little leather strips here, and then take off the lid. There we go, pedal board. I went for this beautiful zebra wood in the middle. You can see it here in the front as well. And Rich is an absolute pleasure to work with. I'm a pain in the ass when it comes to custom stuff, so it changed my mind a lot, and it was absolutely no problem. So thank you, Rich, for your patience. There will be a quartermaster here on the front, pedals on the top, and then here below the deck also more pedals, and it'll be a lot of fun. The slots here on the side, on this side and that side, are for these things, which are Rockboard mods from Warwick. The Warwick Rockboard system is a very modular system. You buy the boards and then you buy the things that you want in it. And these provide me all the ins and outs I would ever need, and well, maybe even more than I would ever need. And one will go on this side, which will probably be this one, with an input. Then it's got a patch. This will be patched for a volume pedal insert behind the drive section in front of modulation, or I can insert drive pedals or whatever I want after drive before modulation. And then TRS for expression pedal, 1 or 2 expression pedals. XLR I won't be using, but it's on there if I need it. And a 9-volt pass-through, so I can power a looper or a wah pedal, and the power cable for the pedal board goes straight into this. And then the GigRig generator will live underneath the board. This for the outputs, so I can do a wet, dry, wet setup, or just a single mono amp, MIDI ins, outs, maybe I'll use them, maybe not, and USB, which can be very handy. And also an extra power plug, which will be used for the Univibe, which is this monster right here. And this actually lives under the tiers, so it fits inside the pedal board, which is absolute insanity if you ask me, but it works. All right, let's get this going. First things first, where is it? Here. Velcro, the board needs Velcro. I'm using this hook and loop tape for pedal boards, also by Rockboard. And I'll be only using the loop side, which is the soft side, which goes on the pedal board. For the pedals, I swear by this stuff. This is pedal board tape, and I used to buy this from the GigRig in the UK, but since Brexit, even the cheap stuff has become expensive. Thomann in Germany also carries it. Fantastic stuff. It never comes off. Before I start putting on the loop side of the Velcro, I need to clean the board because it has grease on it from fingerprints, and you don't want that. And for that I use benzene. You can use all kinds of stuff, but I prefer benzene. And just rub it on like that. Okay, this top tier down now. I need scissors. This video will probably be me running around trying to locate shit I've lost. Scissors, right here. Here will be a GigRig Quartermaster, which I will be attaching with pedalboard tape, so it doesn't need Velcro there. So I'm going to start with this bit here. Alright, and now just peel it off. And just make sure it's on straight and do tiny little bits at a time, because you can still correct it. Alright, next one. You can also cut a piece that's a bit longer and then cut it to length when you've done sticking the Velcro to the board to make sure it's the right length. Boom, number 2. And then number 3, the scissors here, too long to cut it off. I think I already messed up these scissors with the glue. Perfect, all right. That is the Velcro done. Okay, so we're gonna continue on the inside of the pedal board. See, this is what I mean with it. It will never come off. It doesn't leave residue, the pedalboard tape, but it takes so much strength to peel it off. So what I did here, there was a third hinge here which I removed to accommodate the vibe. With that hinge removed, it fits perfectly, and the board is still sturdy enough, I think. Cleaning. Alright, so pedals will go right until here, and then power will live here in the front and on the inside of the board, on the bottom of the tier. But we'll get to that later. If anyone wants 6 meters of hook pedalboard Velcro, so just for the pedals, send me a DM. If you pay for the shipping, I'll send it to you. And the last bit here. I think that should do it. Okay, so first pedal is the Argenziano Gypsy Vibe, a replica of the original 1960s Univibe, and it's the best Univibe I've ever heard. It's absolutely fantastic. This one works with a external speed control expression pedal like the original one with a cancel switch, so there isn't even a bypass switch. This just turns the unit on and off, and when you don't turn it on, it doesn't give a signal. So if you cancel it, the signal will always be running through the preamp, which sounds fantastic, but I don't want that always. So this one will be going through the GigRig switcher, and I've made a little external speed controller and cancel switch that will live on the top tier, so I can control the speed and cancel the Univibe and still have it go through the preamp if I want to. And if I want to use the expression pedal, I can simply hook it up to the side, and then a cable will run inside the board, this cable to the pedal, and then go out here to the external expression foot pedal. So a lot of options to control the speed on this one. All right, it can go in now. Does it have velcro there? It's missing most of the velcro on both sides. I still need to figure out something for the power of this pedal. Because, what's this? Why is this rubber here? This rubber. Why is it here? I don't know. It just has this cable. And I want to run it from the side. That would be the neatest. Just plug in a power cable and then this goes to the 5, but I'll figure that out later. Time to put it here on the board. First pedal going on. Let's put it all the way to the back. In the center. And then gently put it down, because I still want to be able to remove it. And there is literally about this much clearance between this switch and the top tier, so it fits perfectly. I'm gonna put these things in on the side. The Warwick Rockboard mods, brilliant stuff. This is a really tight fit, which is a good thing. Okay, let's do the Quartermaster now. So, time to take apart the beloved mini board. This will live there. And the good thing about these pedal boards is that the clearance you have here on the side is the actual clearance you have, because the case slides over it. I'm gonna do it like this. This already has some pedal board tape there on the bottom. Let's just cut off a generous amount because I don't want this to move at all. And then just stick it on here. And now do this. Only one shot. 2 shots. This is a trick from Dan from that pedal show. If you want to make risers, you can actually stick a few of these together, then glue another to the back. Okay, the rest of the pedals. Let's start. That is pedalboard tape. All right, so I want the Isle of Tone Haze 69 on there. My prized possession. This is the little speed controller for the Vibe. I want the... Wait, let's cover it up first with some paper towels, because I still want to move the pedals around. There. I know which pedals will live on the bottom and which ones on the top. Let's take you through some of the pedals that will be on this board. The Kingtone Octaland. One of these 2 Expressofx Fuzzes. Brilliant stuff from the UK. All new, old stock parts. The Neo Instruments Minivent 2. This one will live under the tier, permanently on the fast position. And then, maybe, I don't know about this one, maybe I will put this one on. Boss OC5 Octave. And of course the Cornerstone Gladio. This is one of my favorites, my recent favorites, the R2R electric 2-knob treble booster. Thorpe FX Field Marshal. And then for the mini board, I don't know yet. I have the Cornerstone Gladio single channel, the Benson Preamp, Shotmaker Instruments Heroin, and the J. Everman Fuzz Drive, a real old fuzz pedal from the early boutique days. So I'm talking like 95, 2000, something like that. I know which pedals I want on the big board, still figuring out which ones I want for the mini board. So I have the OriginFX Revivaltrem here that will rotate with the Magma 57. So my intention is to have this on here, then this one on the mini board, and then switch them around whenever I feel like it. And last but not least, one of the most important ones, ThorpeFX, the Dane. I simply cannot live without this pedal. I was thinking of doing a giveaway with this one, giving away my personal Dane, but I just can't do it because I love it so much. It's a fantastic overdrive. It works with any guitar, any rig. If you're in need for an overdrive that just always works, go for this one because it's brilliant. And together with the Gladio, you can dominate the world. All right, a lot of pedals here. So let's get cracking. I'm also still waiting. Oh yeah, GFI Orca also needs to go on the big board. I'm also still waiting for a GFI Synesthesia. That'll go on the mini board to handle all the modulation. And a Skylar for the big board, GFI Skylar, the reverb, which will come in next week. I hope, if UPS doesn't fuck it up again. Okay, so let's see. I don't have clearance here, so I need to be careful there. And then this can, no, it cannot live there. This will go here, this will go there, this will go there, and this will go there. And then this will go on the mini board, and this one too. Okay, so now I have to figure out how I'm gonna put down these pedals. And I have to keep in mind that I still need some space for the GFI Skylar. Maybe this can go here. Yes, this can go here. And then this can go there. And there's enough clearance. Okay, and then what? Revivaltrem also needs a spot on the board. Like that, and then the tuner can go there. Brilliant, it fits. And all right, layout done. Yeah, this is starting to look like a board after 5 months. Super cool. All right, so let's stick some pedals to it. Wow, wow, wee, wow. That is a top tier done. Let's go to the bottom. Jesus, this is heavy. This will go here. I think I'll get more use of an OC5 for now. Let's put the OC5 in together with the Expressofx Germanium fuzz, because the Isle of Tone fuzz is silicon fuzz. This is Germanium one. And I can set the bias to a really nice gated tone, so I have really different fuzz sounds from it. And then with the OC5, it's mayhem. Right there. And if I find I won't be using the OC5 very much, I'm gonna swap it around for this one, the Field Marshal from Thorpe, which is really, really, really good. All right. This is it for now. I'm gonna wait until the other pedals arrive, and then I can do the layout of the mini board, and I'm gonna do power and signal cables. So for you it'll be right after this break, and I have to wait another week, but this is looking spectacular already. I'm really excited. I am back. And a lot of things have changed since last week, because what I had in my head was all turned over by the pedals that arrived, and I bought one at Max Guitar, this one, RYRA Klone. This is one of the best Klon Centaur style clone pedals out there, and it is absolutely brilliant. So what I'm going to do is get this on the big board as well, because I love it, and I think I will see a lot of use for it as a always-on pedal. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it, but it's new and I want to try it, so I'm gonna try and make it work. So what I'm gonna have to do is take off the Dane, which is one of my favorite overdrives, so it's a very hard decision, but I'll get to why in a minute. And the Dane will live on the mini board because it has a boost and a fantastic overdrive, and it's super versatile and works with anything. So that is a great pedal, great overdrive, the only overdrive pedal to have on the mini board. So yeah, let me put some pedalboard tape on this. Scissors! Okay, so this will live under the board, which means that the octaver is gonna go. I can always, when I want to use it, I can always plug it in on the side with all the connections that I have there. Here we go with the RYRA right there. It's a shame it's gotta go there because it is super pretty. I love that color. All right, onto the stuff that came in. One of the fantastic pedals that I got last week is the Reeves RedDotSound. It's a tone bender style pedals. It's Marcus Reeves's take on the tone bender circuit, silicon transistors, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. And I don't have a tone bender on here yet, so this has got to come on the board. Cleans up really well, like a fuzz face, really great pedal. GFI Skylar to complement the GFI Orca, and this Fairfield Circuitry Unpleasant Surprise, which was probably the most pleasant surprise I've had in years. Really a wonderful fuzz pedal, and it ruins your signal, and it's sputtery and nasty and fantastic. I love it, but in a controlled way. Sometimes you get a gated fuzz that's just too much, you know, and this is too much, but in a good way. You kind of expect what's going to happen so you can work with it. So this is going to on the board as well. And then for the mini board, I have the GFI Synesthesia. And then for the modulation on the mini board, the GFI Synesthesia. This is a powerhouse of a pedal. And people told me, get a mini pedal, it'll be fun. And it is fun, but it's got a steep learning curve for a guy like me. I've been reading the manual and tweaking controls and trying to get my head around it. And it's kind of coming, but still a way to go. You'll be seeing a lot more of this pedal because it has some wonderful tones in there. So this will take care of the modulation on the mini board. If a pedal has something like this stamped on the bottom, or a serial number like on the Dane, watch out with the benzene, because it'll rub that right off, and you don't want that. Well, at least I don't want that. All right, I was thinking to put the two GFI pedals here. And then this one right here. And this can go here. Yeah, perfect. Okay. What remains is the controller, the speed controller and cancel switch for the vibe. And it needs to go here. Only problem is that there is nothing for it to hold on to here. So what I will do, I'll attach it to the preamp. So I gotta get this right in one go. This one move. Can reach this foot switch. Perfect. Okay. So if the Isle of Tone Haze Fuzz 69 R2R electric treble booster, Origin-FX Revivaltrem, which will do swappery use with the Magma 57. I just can't decide which one I like best. So it'll come on and off the board whenever I feel like using the other one. Brilliant pedals. Of course, the Chase Bliss Automatone preamp, which has become invaluable to me. Kingtone Octaland, GFI Skylar, and Orca, Reeves RedDotSound, Cornerstone Gladio, and a nice Quartermaster here on the bottom. And on the inside, the Argenziano Gypsy Vibe, Neo Instruments Mini Vent, Leslie Sim, Expressofx Germanium Fuzz, and the RYRA Klone pedal. And of course the Warwick Rockboard mods here on the side to provide for all the connections. Time to do cables. I forgot I want to do the layout of the mini board first. So let's put that down here. What I thought of was the silicon fuzz to be right there. This velcro is much better than the other one. I think I may have to replace the velcro on the big board because this feels much more solid. But that's for another day. Thorpe the Dane. Right there. That looks gorgeous. Synesthesia right here. And then I still need to figure out which delay pedal I'm going to put there. I haven't decided on that yet, so that'll live here. And then the tuner will go on the end. And everything is powered by the, where is it? MXR Mini Isobrick super compact power supply. And it carries a lot of juice. It's got 4 9-volt 300 milliamp outputs and a, where is it here? A 9-volt or 18-volt output, which provides 800 milliamps for those pedals that need a lot of juice. But with 300 you can power most pedals like Strymon or whatever. The digital pedals can be powered with this one. So really, really nice, powerful, compact power supply, and it fits right underneath the board here. I've had this on here before, like that. The Moore baby tuner I've used for many years. Great tuner, it's super fast and accurate, and it's good when you're using a switcher to send a signal to it, because the switch pops, which is really annoying. So I'm gonna have to replace it with another one of these cork tuners, which I really like. All right, so this is it for the mini board for now. As for layout, still need a delay pedal here, but then it's done. Yeah. Okay, it's a complete mess. First I gotta unhook everything. I'm using the GigRig generator power supply with all the little boxes that make it super modular, and it just works fantastically, but it is a bit of work to get all the connections made. And I think I can reuse most of the cables. I have some new power cables, but as for signal cables, I think I can reuse most of it, because the old board had 2 quartermasters and everything was running back and forth to those quartermasters, which means I should have plenty of cable to make new ones. Another isolator here, and as for cables, I'm using the Evidence Audio SIS screw-in solderless system because I watched that pedal show and I want everything that Dan and Mick use. That's just how it goes, people, in life. Okay, so these are all the signal cables. I'll untie those later. Here, some more, and a TRS cable. Okay, let me explain how this system works. This is the generator, and the generator provides all the power the board needs. From the generator, it goes with this cable to a... Hang on, let me take off the labels. Okay, so this goes with this cable to a distributor, and the distributor distributes the power unisolated. So what you need are these ones. These hook up to, one of these can hook up to one of the outputs of the distributor. So you can attach 6 isolators to one distributor. And one isolator powers 4 low current pedals, like an overdrive pedal or an analog chorus or something like that, with one of these outputs on here. Then for the high current pedals, like the Chase Bliss Preamp, for instance, you need a Time Lord, which provides 500 milliamps of power. And then there are all kinds of other boxes. This is a Supernova, for instance, and it converts 9 volts into 12 volts. And I need this for the Neo Instruments mini VED. And I have a little thing on the end to convert it to center positive, because that's what Neo Instruments does. Makes it easy for everybody. And this is a really cool thing. This is a 9-volt virtual battery simulator. I'm gonna need more of those. But for now, I'll just install one. And this is perfect for fuzz pedals. All right, I had a power cable somewhere. So this should work. Almost, yes, it does work. Ah, oh, perfect fit. The generator can live right here. Oh man. So, now I need to run this to a distributor. Let's power the pedals on the top first. And I will need a long cable. Okay, let's get this mess sorted. Okay, so I got a tie wrap, and I'm gonna put that around this bunch of cables, and then not too tight. So now I can see which cable is the longest. And if I just want this cable, then I can simply pop it out and take it out like that. So that should save me some time. Okay, here we go. The lid can close. And it's attached. Let's clip off the bits that have been used. And this is also solderless. It's a brilliant, brilliant system. The only thing you have to do is check which cable has the white stripe on it, and that goes into the white socket there. The black one goes next to it. And just wriggle it in, push down on it so it catches. And then grab an object and push down on it until it clicks. And then the connection has been made. Okay, so like that, it sits right below the one of the output jacks, and it doesn't get in the way of the power cable, so that is perfect. One down, a lot more to go. So this powers the tuner, the quartermaster, the Octaland, and the Skylar. Okay, here we go. So now let's see if the tuner is getting the juice. Yes, it is getting the juice. Octaland, come on. Yeah, it works. All right, now on to another isolator. Okay, so I decided the Germanium fuzz will be powered by the 9-volt battery. I just need to get an adapter to reverse the polarity. So for now this will be powered from the battery. There is an isolator output that will be going to the Rockboard mod to provide power to the outside. Same on this side. If you're not familiar with a Quartermaster, this is a simple switcher. You attach the input of the pedal here, attach the output there, and then it will run in a loop. So if you have a lot of pedals on your pedal board, you can make the signal chain more compact and it'll greatly improve your tone. The other advantage of a Quartermaster is that you can flip-flop like they're two separate channels. So you press this button here, press the button there, then it turns to red, and the other one will turn off when I press this one. So it is on to audio cables. And I have those right here. These are Evidence SIS screw-in solderless cables. There is a really handy tool to cut these, and I have no idea where it is, so I'm just going to do it with scissors if I need to cut them, because I'm hoping I can accommodate most pedals with the cables I already have. So from here, I'm going to use this as input to the input of the Octaland. And now, before this becomes a total mess, now I do want to make sure this is guided straight away. So I'm gonna attach more of these adhesive plates. From the Octaland it goes to Haze Fuzz. I think this is it. I think it's done. I'm gonna plug it in and check if it works. Yeah. So what I want to do now is go through all the pedals on the board, because that is the fun part. I made a bit of a mess on the inside, unfortunately. I was wiring it up real tight in the middle, and then I closed it and it wouldn't close because there wasn't enough room left between the Univibe and the top tier. So I had to cut all the tie wraps loose and then spread out the wires a bit all across the tier. So now I basically have 3 lanes of wires going, but it isn't very, very neat. So what I still need to do is redo all the wiring on the inside, and that takes up a lot of time. So I decided to leave it for now because it all works, and on the top it looks fine. No cables are catching, no pedals are in the way. So for now it is fine, and then with a next iteration I know where to guide all the cables and where not to guide them. So the Klone, the RYRA, is always running basically, and that is in loop 4. But let's start with a clean tone. And this is with the RYRA. So I put all my drive pedals in the same loop because I had to. I didn't see any other option to switch the pedals underneath and the pedals on top. And well, you know, I had to put it in the same loop, which isn't really a problem because I can stack it with the Gladio, which sounds glorious. channel 2 of the Gladio. Really nice. Okay, and then I also have the Bliss Automatone in there. The Revivaltrem is my absolute favorite tremolo of all time. When I first tried it, I was blown away by how dynamic the wave is. And when you pick harder, the intensity of the tremolo becomes smaller because it's modeled after a bias tremolo. And a bias tremolo uses the tubes of the amp, the power tubes of the amp, to make the tremolo effect. They go up and down in wattage or volts, I don't know, I think volts. When you start picking harder and pushing the amp harder, the tubes don't have the room anymore to make that wobble, so it closes off and then you get less tremolo sound, which makes it super dynamic to play. And it's really hard to get a waveform just right, for me at least. And I've tried loads and loads of tremolos, but none of them even come close. Well, maybe the Strymon Flint comes close a bit, but this is, for me, the perfect tremolo. It's so beautiful. Okay, so the Bliss Automatone has a load of options and you can do practically anything with it. I have a separate video on the Automatone on my channel, so if you want to check that out, it's there. And it does this, which I absolutely love. And I also found out that I need MIDI now. So the next board, next year, big board will be something completely MIDI because I'm just starting to wrap my head around it, so I need time to figure out what I need and what I don't need, but I need a G3, that's for sure. Okay, so that is the overdrive section. I'm gonna leave this off. Oh yeah, I also have this little cable here on the back, which plugs into the expression jack, goes out to the side, and then I can control the gain of the Bliss Automatone with an expression pedal. The fader goes up and down. Super sweet. Onto the fuzzes, which are in the front. The beginning of the chain starts with the Octaland, and I have that set really clean. Glorious pedal, together with the Haze 69. Brilliant, and then the Haze 69 on its own. Absolutely love that pedal. It's got silicon transistors, really low gain, which makes it almost sound like a Germanium fuzz, but without the temperature issues. It works with a Strat, works with a Gibson. It sounds really, really good, and the cleanup is super nice too. Alright, and then the pedal that arrived last week and messed up my plan for this pedal board because I needed it on the board is the Reeves RedDotSound, made by Marcus Reeves in the UK. Tone bender based circuit. He solders everything point to point. If you go to his Instagram page, you can see the inside of these pedals. And they look fantastic. It is so sexy. It's got one knob, basically just level, and that is fuzz also. And then you have a bias control to control the bias. It sounds like this. Cleans up as well. Brilliant, brilliant tones. There will be more of this on the channel, and there is more of it on my Instagram page. I love it. Then this goes to the input of the Quartermaster and starts with the Expressofx Germanium fuzz, which is here on the inside of the pedal board. And they are made by Sof, also in the UK, and he uses new old stock parts, and this one has CV 7005 or 7003 transistors. Bias control here on the side of the pedal. And the battery is dead, and I don't have any other batteries, so I can't let you hear it right now, but I have an old clip of it and it sounds like this. So if you want a special fuzz that is handmade with new old stock parts and a personal approach, he'll help you select transistors and all the options you would want on your fuzz pedal, then you should really contact Sof from Expressofx. Lovely dude. Onto the R2R electric treble booster. I found out about R2R Electric when I was making the Fuzz episode of Love Letters. Both Richard Fortes and Joey Landers talked about R2R and said he makes the best treble boosters around. So I really needed one. And it's absolutely gorgeous. It has a 6-way rotary switch here, which goes from standard, range master, treble booster style pedal to a full range boost, and I really love how it sounds on the full range setting. can hear, it stacks really well. I just had the Gladio on right now. Gladio channel 2 first and then channel 1. Another pedal that kicked the Dane off the board, together with the Reeves RedDotSound, is the Fairfield Circuitry Unpleasant Surprise, which is this pedal. And it's a super gated, really, well, I told about it. And I must say, I do really miss the Dane because it's an absolute beast of an overdrive pedal. So I'm already thinking of ways how to get it back on the board. Looperio 3 is the Unpleasant Surprise. And then the gate closes. I love it. And if you pick lightly. And the unset controls the gate, so if you open it up, it lets everything through, or most of it anyway. When you close it back up, it starts to get gatey and sputtery. Love it. 3 switches here, treble, gain and crush. Treble adds a bit more treble, perfect for dark neck pickups, but I don't use it. Gain adds more gain, it sounds like this. Really cool, but it doesn't suit my style of playing really well, the artifacts that appear in the sound. And crush crushes the signal. It's a beast of a pedal. I like it like this. Love it. The drive section we had. Then the Univibe, Argenziano, Effetti, Gypsy Vibe, which is a replica of the original 1960s Chine Univibe, also in size. And Franco Argenziano, who makes these, gets a lot of questions, and one of these questions is the Gypsy Vibe pedalboard friendly? So there is a bit of a running gag going about the pedalboard friendliness of the Gypsy Vibe. But yeah, it's pedalboard friendly. Kingtone. Oh yeah, this is the speed controller. Insane wobble. Okay, onto the Neo Instruments Mini Vent 2. It runs inside the board and I set the speed to high always. And then we have the Orca and Skylar delay and reverb. The Orca has several delay models. I mostly use the tape echo and, come on, ambient reflection. Tape. It's really subtle. And then reverb. Yes. All right. You'll see more of this pedalboard in later videos, of course. And thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That would help me enormously. And if you want to support my work, you can do so on Patreon, where you can find all kinds of tabs and gem tracks and exclusive stuff. So hope to see you there as well. Thanks. Bye.